Welcome, welcome. I am Sita Rose, and this is the Goddess mini-series. Welcome. Today we get to delve into the essence of Kali. So I'm going to spend a few moments here inviting you to put into the chat, into the comments, any words that you think of when call on Kali. Kali here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. We're just getting started. I'm going to share this beautiful picture of Kali. And I'll invite you to pop into the chat any words that describe Kali to you, any things that you think of when you hear Kali, Goddess Kali. I'll just invite you to put those into the chat, into the comments. Welcome to the Goddess mini-series. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Goddess mini-series here. Just waiting for a few more moments. We have beautiful goddesses joining us. So as you are entering our space, entering this portal here, I'm just inviting you to connect with this image of Kali. In a moment here, I'm going to share another one. And in the comments, feel free to drop in a few words that really describe Kali to you. So maybe death and transformation, revolution, fierce. Just inviting us to come up with a collection of words to describe Kali. So here's another, hello, hello. Here's another image, the beautiful Kali. Oh, I'm going to share the screen here with you. So just taking a moment to breathe her in. Another full few breaths here, just feeling her. And looking at the energy and space of Goddess Kali. Om. Salutations to the primordial feminine energy. Perhaps the destroyer of ego and attachment. Beautiful goddess of time, this dynamic, paradoxical energy, holding both the light and the shadow. Look at her. So beautiful. Okay. So thank you for joining me here for the Goddess mini-series. We get to delve into, yes, oh, thank you, Tanya. Yes, powerful, unafraid, uninhibited. Yes, yes, yes. So I'd love to share with you the story of Kali. Just a little story time before we dive into chanting. So later in a moment here, we're going to chant to Kali 108 times for our sadhana here, practice, connecting, devoting to the energy, calling her forth, calling forth all those words that you are describing Kali that lives within you. Powerful, unafraid, this fearless quality. Okay. So brief story here before we get started. So the story of Kali Ma. This is an excerpt from Chamili's teaching on the goddess Kali. So the story of Kali Ma is a myth about how the goddess came and saved the world in a time where the world was in a very similar state to the predicament that we find ourselves in today, one of destruction, darkness. So the story begins in the middle of another story, the myth of Durga, which we get to dive into next Friday. We get to connect with Durga, the essence, the vibration of Durga. So the demons and the gods were at war with one another. And it seemed that the demons were about to win and take over the world. Desperate for help, the gods called in goddess Durga, riding in on a tiger, uncompromising in her commitment to truth and love. And at one point in the battle, as Durga was battling the demon, multiplied herself into an even fiercer form. So whenever someone would stab or wound, out of each drop of blood, a new demon would be created. So from each drop of blood, there grew more and more demons. The battle worsened, and it seemed the demons were getting stronger and stronger each time Durga attacked them. And when Durga saw the havoc that this demon was creating, she realized that an even fiercer expression of the feminine was needed. There was just no space for nice. There was no space for acceptable, digestible, or graceful. A power of the feminine was needed that was so strong and unfiltered, one beyond cognition, one that structures of society had forever feared and created elaborate structures to try to control and suppress this feminine. Durga called upon the fiercest, darkest feminine, and out of her forehead came Kali Ma. Kali Ma was naked and ferocious and bloodthirsty. She was the embodiment of raw and unmasked rage. Her skin dark blue, her tongue sticking out, her hair wild and untamed. She wore a skirt chopped off of arms and a necklace chopped off of heads. Kali Ma was the force that could destroy illusion and illusion both. Her rage was the expression of her fierce love of truth. She was so tired of all the games the demons played. She had no time to be polite and pretty, nor did she care if people liked her. She just was, without any care of how she was received. With all her being, Kali screamed to the demons, "Enough! I am here because I love you, and I am not going to watch you destroy yourself or destroy the world. I am here because I know who you are. And even you, the most disgusting, tricky demon, when I feel into what you are made of, I cannot but love you. I cannot not love you. And that's why I'm going to eat you. I'm going to eat you and all these perverted, violent ego structures that keep you trapped. You are not going to like it. You're going to resist me. You judge me. It doesn't matter because I love you. And I wouldn't let that get in the way of these petty games you're playing." Kali began to devour the demons, lapping them up with her tongue, and the drops of blood from the demons before they fell to the ground take root to sprout no more demons. The oceans were churning, the thunders were rolling over the sky, the mountains were rumbling, and finally Kali defeated the demon. And it is seen that Kali had saved the world with her destruction. But after her victory, Kali was still on a roll. She began dancing wildly on top of the demons. There was blood spewing everywhere. She danced and howled in a frenzy. Intoxicated on blood and murder, she began to lose control. Drunk on her own rage, Kali began roaming around the world, destroying everything in sight. She was unstoppable. The gods, though happy that the demons were defeated, they had no idea what to do watching Kali. They were terribly frightened. They gathered together and urgently exclaiming, "We have to stop her. She's about to destroy the whole world." And they decided to send Shiva to try to stop her. Shiva was Kali's consort, the god of destruction. He was considered the epitome of awareness and presence, the formlessness which Shakti takes form. And Shiva approached Kali in her rage and frenzy. He tried to stop her, but there was absolutely no way he could. None of the strategies or techniques were working. He tried to reason with her. He tried to stop her with force. He tried to dance with her. He tried to seduce her. He tried everything, but Kali simply was not there. She was lost in her own power of rage. And this is when Shiva laid himself down on the ground with his vulnerable belly and chest exposed. He laid himself in her path. And right when Kali was about to step on him, she looked down and met his eyes. And Shiva met Kali's gaze with unconditional love. He loved her in her darkest moment. And suddenly Kali woke up from her trance. She came back into consciousness and suddenly aware of herself again. And when she saw Shiva's unconditional presence met with Kali's fierce love, the world was restored to balance. Kali Ma. Transformation. The fear falls away and is replaced by a love that knows no bounds. And so, beloved Kali, our mirror of our inner state, able to hold both the light and the dark sides. Finding Kali in this path to transcend that duality is the release of our suffering. And Kali challenges us to be daring, to look her in the face and find the love behind the pains of life. Kali's dual nature leads us to simultaneously face that beauty and the reality of death with the understanding that one cannot exist without the other. We cannot be here in this physical form without the cycle of death and transformation and this rebirth. And so this may show up in your life. This may show up in moments of fierce love, fierce transformation. Kali, this woman, this archetype, this beautiful feminine power of rage and passion, our shadow side. So as we chant today, our sadhana, I'm just going to invite you to consider these 3 questions, seeing Kali here. So these 3 questions. Who are you for me, Goddess Kali? How do you show up in my life? How would you like to be recognized? How would you like to be recognized by me or expressed through me? What do you have to teach me? And so we simply ask. One way that you might choose to process this sadhana, our process today, is by writing these questions out. Perhaps with your dominant hand writing the question, and then allowing your non-dominant hand, Kali, energy of Kali, to respond and to write. So it gets us out of our logical brain, just allowing for that mix of the right and the left hemisphere of the body and the brain to merge. And so an invitation for you, a challenge if you'd like, to connect with Kali. So I'd love to hear just how is, just on the top of your head, are there moments in your life where you are connecting with Kali or perhaps have experienced Kali? So I'll just invite you to write that in the chat. Or also, like, what does that story represent? That ferocity, that passion, that no bounds, that release of control. I remember I was just reflecting earlier today on my experience, my first conscious experience with Kali. And it was when I was in high school and I was on this dance team. And every summer we went to dance camp. And so it's tradition that on the last night of our camp, we would, the older girls would initiate the younger girls into the dance team. It was a little bit of a hazing of sorts. And I experienced it growing up. It was very playful and sweet. We would decorate their rooms of, the dorms that we were staying in for that camp. And when it was our turn, when I was, a senior, we got to lead the charge. And I remember in the experience of decorating their rooms, I felt this like surge of energy, of excitement, just like take over my body. And I let go. I like went to the edge of decorating, like Vaseline on the doorknobs, glitter everywhere, just like destroying these dorms with decoration. And I just felt Kali, like whoosh, this like uncontrollable passion kind of take over my body. And of course, we got in trouble the next morning. It was such this like dual, like amazing experience. And then also the next morning being like, oh my, I have no idea who that was. Like I lost control. And so just tuning into like, what is that message? What is Kali teaching us in these moments? All right. So who are you for me, Goddess Kali? What is it? She's many forms, right? It's like this fierce love. There's also this destruction. And so she's multifaceted, multi-layered. And so in your experience today, right now, who is Goddess Kali showing up for you in your life? How is she showing up? And then how would Goddess Kali Ma like to be recognized by you or expressed through you? Maybe it is like letting out a big roar, letting out sound, letting out a scream. Maybe it is like tearing up. I'm in the process of reorganizing my garden, and there was a moment where I got to tear up the life, like destroy the garden to make room for something new, plant new crops. And that's the beautiful thing about Kali, is that we can destroy the gods. We can destroy the gods, and the gods, this living, breathing force, will come back. We have that power. And so what does Goddess Kali have to teach you today? I'm going to invite you, as we prepare to chant, just taking a full deep breath in, capturing into the heart. Open mouth, exhale, stick out the tongue. Let's invoke Goddess Kali. Blood dripping down the body. Wild, untamed nature. Inhale, deep breath in, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let out this primordial sound. Deep breath in, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. One more. Deep breath in, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. I'll just invite you to let your eyes fall closed as we move into our chant, our sadhana, chanting 108 times the mantra for Kali. Om Kreem Kalikaye Namah. Om Kreem Kalikaye Namah. I'm just inviting you to take a deep breath in, into the presence here, into right now. I am here. Kali also is this beautiful representation of the transcending time. She lives outside of time. And so just inviting you to create that space for you here, now, today. I'm just going to invite you to imagine Kali, seeing that picture from the beginning of our session, that depiction of Kali holding severed heads, the sword in one hand, a necklace of skulls, wild hair, the dark blue complexion of her skin, the infinite ocean, infinite sky of possibility and energy. Just imagine her standing before you, feeling into her energy. In front of her is a fire, its flames rising in jeweled colored tones. Imagine yourself bowing before her. Imagine the negative tendency you choose as a cloak that covers your body, tuning into anything that needs to be transformed, any negative thought patterns, any ways of being that you wish to dispel. Just allowing that cloak to peel away. Drop it into the fire. Watch it dissolve into flames. Choosing another quality of egoic consciousness. Attachment, suffering, pain. Just peel it away like a cloak. Allowing it to drop into the flames. Repeating this again as needed. Meeting Kali, feeling her ferocity, her passion. Seeing yourself, anything that stands in the way of your vulnerable heart, your vulnerable belly, just like Shiva, opening to the unconditional love that resides within you, loving yourself as Shiva loved Kali. Love you in your darkest moments. Om Kreem Kalikaye Namah. Just getting into a comfortable state. Om Kreem Kalikaye Namah. 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 Namah. Om Kreem Kalikaye 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 Namah. And seeing her before you, bowing to the wisdom of Kali. Who are you for me, Kali? How do you show up in my life? How may I devote to you and honor you? And how would you like to be expressed through me? What, Kali, do you have to teach me? Honoring Kali within you as you move throughout your day, as you move throughout your week, connecting with her, and just inviting you to bask in that inquiry for a few moments. That space of the void, that sweetness of the silence after chanting. Honor you, Kali, in the moments of the timelessness. And thank you, Kali. Thank you for your protection, delusion, releasing, just like a cloak, allowing the negativity, the suffering, any pains or ailments, may they just dissolve off our body, taking off an invisible cloak. Let it be burned in the fire of transformation. Mata Kali Om, Kali Ma. Taking a deep full breath in, cleansing breath out the mouth. And inhale to Om. Namaste. Thank you for joining me here.